Hey guys, Mike Wang here. I'm the gameplay director for the NBA 2K series. And for those of you who are new to 2K or those who just want a refresher course on how to play the game, that's what we're going to do today. Going to jump right in here to freestyle practice in 2KU. All the controls, if you're familiar with past 2Ks, are pretty much the same this year. You can either shoot with the shot button, or you can also shoot with the pro stick by holding it in any direction, and then again, letting go when it's at the top of the arc. So all your ball handling moves are going to be on the right stick. So you just flick it, different directions. We'll get crossovers between the legs, flick it down for a behind the back move. You can do combo moves by doing them really quickly. So right, left really quick will give you a nice quick double cross. Down, right, back will give you a between legs, behind the back crossover. And if you want to do some of the more fancy looking stuff, just tap up on the pro stick and the player will do kind of a signature rhythm dribble. And of course, you have to know how to pass. So we have 3 pass buttons. There's the normal pass button, the bounce pass button, and the overhead pass button. And for alley-oops, you want to double tap the overhead pass button. And for flashy passes, you can double tap the bounce pass button. Attacking the rim, you just want to drive toward the basket and again use the pro stick, or you can use the shot button to do different kinds of finishes. So if you just press the right stick toward the basket, you get a simple layup. If you go right, you can get a Euro step layup.
Unprintable. But if you look at some of his quotes that were plastered on posters over and over again, you will notice that a lot of them had to do with not being afraid to fail. I was thinking about that last night while watching Luka Doncic. At 19 years old, Luka clearly has no fear, and this is not because he thinks he's going to be flawless, but rather because he already seems to understand the pursuit of the spectacular is reckless business. Of course, when trying to thread an insane pass, he's going to cough up the ball sometimes. Okay, more than sometimes. He spent much of the season ranking inside the NBA's top 10 in turnovers. And of course, some of his shots are ridiculously low percentage. But when they do go in, oh man, is it magic. You had to have seen it by now, right? What happened last night at the end of regulation against the Blazers? The Mavericks were basically out of time, still down by 3. I mean, there were 0.6 of a second left on the clock. That is not even enough time to get out an entire sneeze. And yet somehow Luka did this to send the game to overtime.
And it tells you all about the basics.
Watch it again. It is ridiculous. Oh, just,
2K Sports pregame show.
And then take a look at some of these stunned faces of the Blazers players. Meanwhile, Doncic strolls back up the court like he expected it to go in all along. And no fear of failure. It's the same instinct that drove Luka earlier this month when he went on that 11-0 run all by himself to push Dallas past the Rockets. Did you know that before he started this outburst, he'd been 3 for 13 on the night? Didn't matter. He wasn't weighed down by not succeeding, only filled with the bravado of what he might do the next time he got the ball in his hands. There's irony, of course, that Luka plays this way. I remember being on our TV show for draft night, watching first the Suns pass on him, then the Hawks, first the Kings, then the Hawks take him, but only as part of a trade where they would send him to Dallas for Trae Young and the cushion of one of the Mavs draft picks. I said at the time it seemed like a lot of these general managers were driven more by the fear of failing, of being wrong on Doncic, than they were willing to take a chance on him being the player who'd most help him succeed. And that's nothing against DeAndre Ayton or Marvin Bagley or Young, who I think will all be players to be reckoned with in this league. But all of those players were inarguably safer choices. Luka was the mystery. Tantalizing because of what he'd already accomplished in the EuroLeague, but also carrying the ghost of all the European players before him in the game.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness. Even Eric Spoelstra has gotten into it in his late 40s. The Heat coach says when he's working out, I'm in a different place. The physical, emotional, and mental benefits, I'm hooked. Kevin?
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. DA, thank you. Tonight, 2 great backcourts facing off. Brad, how often do you get caught up in a showdown with another guard?
Well, for me, it didn't happen all that much, Kevin, unless I was playing John Barry. Now I got fired up.
I get you.
I think it's amazing when you have these matchups during the regular season and you look at maybe the rhythm of some of these guys coming into the game. Elite point guards, they have the ball in their hands. Sometimes they get caught up in that mano-a-mano duel. And as a two guard or somebody else playing with that player, it's really fun to watch.
You got to check yourself, though, don't you? You got to stay within the bounds.
Oh, there's no doubt that you still want to win the basketball game, but there are moments and minutes where their talent takes over, and that's when the show begins.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the Heat. Down low, it's Johnson and Whiteside. Dragic and Wade, the two playmakers in the guard spots. And it's Winslow in at the three.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
Dragic finds Whiteside. Back to Dragic. Fires from the line. Jump shot is good that time.
Got to respect the mid-range play of Goran Dragic right there. The left-handed point guard strokes it well.
Harris against Johnson. Outside for Thomas. That three off the mark. Johnson up top. 11 points for him in that last game again.
I also thought he did a tremendous job in terms of timing in that game, swatting away some shots. Ended up with 3 blocks in that game.
Now here's Dragic. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the line. Count it.
Well, we all know how confident Goran Dragic is when it comes to scoring inside. Nice shot selection there for him.
On the wing, Harris. Back to Thomas. That shot missing. Now the Heat take it the other way.
Yeah, offense sputtering just a bit here. 1 for 4 in the game.
Johnson kicks to Dragic. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does.
As soon as that pass was released, Whiteside's eyes lit up, and he finishes that off with some style.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And the Heat got another bucket right there.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. They're in a great group.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
For Miami, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Thomas against Dragic, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Goran Dragic started his career in Phoenix under the mentorship of Steve Nash.
Well, he still loves to push the pace and still loves to attack the paint. We'll see if he can be an effective player in his late 30s, the way that Steve Nash led his teams.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
While Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Now Johnson, following the miss by Gary Harris from deep. Right at the free throw line, it's hauled in by Thomas.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
He gets it in there.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
The Heat leading by 5. Dragic kicks to Winslow. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, it's hauled in by the Nuggets. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And you know what? Up against the weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
What I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
There's Dragic. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Passes it to Wade. Fires the 3. No good from Dragic. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 3, and slam dunk by Harris.
He's such a great athlete. Love seeing Gary Harris at his size float through the air like that.
Nuggets looking it over. Winslow, the pass to Whiteside. Over Young. Miami no good on that time either.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now, here's Jokic. And Whiteside sends it back.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
And that one's good, Jokic.
His versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And for Jokic, just keeps getting better, Brent, but always stays very grounded in terms of his personality.
Yeah, I think his brothers had a lot to do with that. You just don't see the big ego coming out of him. In fact, you see a guy who's enjoying the game. He smiles, he's laughing with teammates, he enjoys being with this group and around this coaching staff. And he went as far as to say that he plays every game as a game of pickup basketball. And his hometown. I need to travel over there and get in that game.
Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Johnson outside. Outside, Dragic. Pass to Winslow. Shot clock at 5. The Heat need to get a shot off. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Winslow's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Nuggets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Heat with some changes. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Johnson. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Goran Dragic. Now the pass to Barton. Back to Thomas. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Murray kicks to Winslow. Pass to Waiters. Back to Winslow. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Thomas. Craig passes to Barton. Knocked away. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
And checking out the stats for Jokic. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. 3rd in field goal percentage. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And it's a strong accomplishment. 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for the Heat. Tyler Johnson comes in for Winslow. Surveying the D. Up to the right wing. Olynyk has the open look. Off target with his 3. Denver in the lead. Here's Craig. And again, it's Denver.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Murray kicks to Adebayo. Johnson lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that,
he can be tough to contain. Something about lefties that are low to the ground. Got to respect his touch from deep.
Here's Jokic. That shot off. Now the Heat take it the other way. And going against Denver, their first meeting of the season.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
Yeah, even when it comes to matchups where it looks like one side should be the clear favorite, those brief 2-game series often end 1-1. You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Good defense by Jokic.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot. Head coach Erik Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
And he gets it to go.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Thomas against Murray. Finds Millsap. Now, here's Jokic. Shoots from the high post. Off the left rim and out. Miami trailing. To the paint. Here's Olynyk. Kicks it to Waiters. Murray outside. Connects from three-point range. Murray's got his first 3 points of the game.
And some deep range shown there by Murray. When the D leaves him alone from there, it's pretty much going in.
To the wing on the left. Here's Craig. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Miami's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball. Skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
Here's Millsap. It's tipped. And here is Murray. 14 points from him the last game again. Here's Olynyk. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. 1 quarter in the... Bucks, and it's been a close one so far. Heat lead by 3 from the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. We're back in a moment. Versatility is so important in today's NBA. That works just fine for combo guard Tyler Johnson.
I don't really limit myself to one position. I feel like I can guard both positions. Being able to do that, I feel like I'll have the capability to fill in when needed.
And with all the switching we see teams Greg employing right now, that defensive versatility is highly prized, highly valuable.
And Johnson, an excellent athlete. He's got the tools to impact the game both offensively and defensively.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
A total team effort. Each guy looking to make the extra pass.
Well, as the coach of the team, you just can't ask for anything more. Obviously, this is propelling them to their advantage in the game.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Johnson and Waiters are the guard set. Luke Babbitt is out there with Jones, and it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here are the Heat now. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Here's Johnson. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Johnson's got his second basket of the game. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Hassan Whiteside continues to develop. Now, Miami coach Eric Spoelstra said it's got nothing to do with his stats. He's going to do that no matter what. It's about making winning plays and caring more about his teammates than he cares about himself. Now he can lead in a different way because he has the respect of the locker room. Kevin?
Terrific, DA. Thank you.
Important to have shooters on the floor that can spread you out. Gary Harris likes to nail the deep three, and he does there.
Kelly Olynyk, a brand nice pickup for the Miami Heat, 4 years and $50 million.
Well, thinking about a floor spacing big man, they like what they saw out of Kelly Olynyk in his brief time with the Boston Celtics. He's still young, has a chance to grow, but his skill set as a big is still eye-popping.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a new group in for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Johnson comes in for Luke Babbitt. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Waiters. And it's Dragic in for Johnson. Here's Mr. Moves. He's coming off a 10-point game against Sacramento.
Loved his passing tonight as well. He was just cutting the defense to pieces out there.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. To the middle, here's Whiteside, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And the Heat lead by 5.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the content. There's so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career. In the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch. Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players, just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is, who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on, and they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
Here's Whiteside. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
It's the floater, and it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the Heat culture, not for everyone certainly, intense practices, a lot of preparation, demanding fitness standards. There's a lot to digest.
Well, Pat Riley is still around, isn't he, Kevin? So with that fact, Eric Spoelstra doesn't stray too far from what it is that brought Pat Riley a ton of success in Miami in setting up that culture and that sort of work mentality on a daily basis. You've got to be tough, and you've got to be willing to work if you're in Miami.
Now here's Jones. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And Goran Dragic, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
He's checked in for Plumlee. Young comes in for Porter, and Barton subbed in for Harris. And then for Miami, Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Rodney McGruder. The Heat leading by 7. Dragic with it, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Dragic has got 9.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Houston Rockets. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that game against the Jazz, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
Here's Mr. Moves. Drains it from 17 feet out. He's got 8.
Maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. Really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Now here's Winslow. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Kicks it to Dragic. He dishes it to Whiteside. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. And now Millsap pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Notice how quick Millsap is in transition. He deserves to get the basket. That's a running big there.
Here's Wade. No points in the game yet for him. Outside Dragic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. And the Heat lead by 8.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the world right now from the three-point line.
Now, here's Millsap. He's coming off a 16-point game against Sacramento. Now, here's Dragic. Not a lot of room. The lead pushed to double digits. And it's a 10-point Heat lead.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Young for three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Passes it to Winslow. Down low. And that one hits back iron. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Young's shot is off. So the Heat, their last game, a win against Las Vegas. To the paint. And there's Dwade Wade on the assist by Winslow.
As soon as Wade gets the ball that close to the basket, he's going to take advantage of weak defense and score.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And even though Father Time Brent has taxed Wade on his athleticism quite a bit, you can still see glimpses of it when it matters most.
That seems to be the way of Wade right now, is waiting for the moments, the bigger moments, to step up and hit big shots or make the right play. He won't make plays as often as he once did throughout the course of a regular season game, but instills some confidence in his teammates on the floor come crunch time.
Jokic has checked in for the Nuggets. Thomas comes in for Mr. Moves.
Well, good job by Barton. Fantastic feel on how to beat that defensive scheme.
Now Murray. He's been producing a fair amount of offense 9 in and 9 out as he's averaging 14 points a game. Right side. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on Jokic. Hassan Whiteside, a max player for the Miami Heat, but I've heard some analysts say, Brent, that they question whether he's a Miami Heat type of player. Why is that? Well,
the Heat are built around a pretty much maniacal work ethic. There's a lot of grinders, and you look at Whiteside as a draft prospect. He worked out for the Heat and actually walked out midway through a workout, yet they stuck with him, they kept tabs on him, and they brought him in, and they've paid him handsomely to be out there and be impactful. That's got to be on a nightly basis.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 8. Young's shot is off.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Wade kicks to Murray. Takes the 13-footer and the jam by Whiteside.
Well, Whiteside always around the rim. Such an amazing offensive rebounder, and second chance opportunities is where he does a ton of damage.
And it's Wade with the ball for the Heat. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. A different look for Miami. Olynyk comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Dwade Wade. The Nuggets trail by 10. And Thomas, here we go.
And the 6'7", 225-pound Winslow rises up. That just happened.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Jokic just got his second basket of the night. The Heat leading by 10. And the pass to Waiters. Millsap with the steal. Three-pointer, Barton up and in, off to an efficient start, 2 for 3 from the field.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Inside, outside for Murray. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first half. Now here's Waiters. 5 points in the game. Pass to Olynyk from deep. Rebound by Young.
Just not his night so far, guys.
There's Thomas with the 3. Another 3 for Denver.
Against length, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
10,000 hours of practice at work here, blocking out all distractions and just shooting your shot.
And here is Waiters. And there's Here's Murray on the assist by Waiters. Murray's got 5.
Murray, not much fear there as he gets amongst the trees, looking in control down low.
Fires from deep, and no good in the last second attempt this time. And so it's Miami with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, how does the defense you're playing impact your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the 3-point line as best as we can.
Yeah, those runouts get your guys going. Thanks a lot, Spo. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break.
To push the button and take the risk on Doncic. And while Dallas is still a largely rebuilding team, still largely short on wins, Luka is averaging 19 points, 6.5 rebounds, and nearly 5 assists per game. The only rookies to average a line like that over the past 40 years are Grant Hill, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and yes, Michael Jordan. And it is way, way too early to know if Luka will end his career keeping that same kind of company. But it sure is a good start, the kind of start you only get if you are not afraid of how messy chasing brilliance can really be. So, Scotty, what do you think? You were one of those guys who was never afraid of failing, never afraid of taking risks. What do you think is so special about Doncic as a rookie?
Well, the fact that he's a rookie, he's just got that no fear. But I think it's his short memory. The fact that this kid has already played international ball, he has the experience, so he has that no fear. But he just has a good feel for the game. He's a special talent, and not too many times you find players, rookies especially, coming in and able to fit right in. I mean, he's came in and looked like a professional player since day one. You haven't seen any of the rookie sensation in this kid. He just has a good feel for the game. He makes his teammates better, and he's one of those players that you enjoy watching.
I thought Steph Curry said it best the other night, guys. He said, this kid has swagger. And when you're 19 years old and you're coming in the league and you're trying to make an imprint on everybody, to play like this, to hit shots like that, you know how talented he is when you watch him on the floor. But then you start listening to Steph Curry and Draymond Green, and they're going, yeah, this kid's going to be a problem, and he's a problem right now. It's the confidence that he brings to Mavs, and it's the confidence that these guys who have been in the league for a long time already have in him. That's what's impressive to me.
I mean, it's funny, Scotty, when you say, oh, he came in ready. Look, I'm thinking about when you came in, right, from college, your first year in the NBA. The lights had never been that bright back where you were. So the idea of making a mistake, you have a long memory on those kinds of things because you don't want to mess up in front of everyone. This kid was playing under the lights in the EuroLeague for years. And that's part of what we're seeing right now. He knows that he can just get back up and do it again.
Well, his growth and maturity from playing in the EuroLeague is definitely showing. I mean, because there's not many rookies can come in and make the impact that he makes, and especially playing the point guard. He's running a professional team night in and night out. He's helping them to execute. They're putting points on the board. And not only that, he's the guy that's making the plays down the stretch. So that says a lot about him, his experience, his maturity, but he's a heck of a player.
And everyone knew that he would probably be the most pro-ready coming in because he did have that experience. Yes. I think some of the GMs were concerned that he wouldn't be able to grow from there as much or have as high a ceiling. We heard, of course, out in Sacramento, Dave Yeager saying, I don't think he actually has a ceiling the way people thought he does. So it sure is looking like it.
The Nuggets trail by 6. Millsap and Jokic the pair inside. Thomas and Barton are their backcourt. And it's Young in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. On defense, Miami. They've held a 12-point lead early. And the basket by Thomas.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Well, tremendous focus with the bigger guy all over him. It speaks to the toughness he has down there.
Winslow, the pass to Dragic. No good on the shot. Excellent D from Thomas. Denver shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Barton, no luck. The Heat leading by 4. Passes to Winslow. With the putback. Here's Wade. Ejected by Young. Here's Millsap. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Huge play from Millsap, getting hit on the shot, but still sinking that one over the D.
And Brent, you think about Paul Millsap, not a top 10 draft pick, not even taken in the first round.
Yeah, how about that? 47th pick in the second round, and nothing really has been handed to Paul Millsap. He's earned every bit of it, and that's why even to this day he plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Last season, Brent, the addition of two-way contracts, does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal. Yes. We're almost close to the 30 for 30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Jokic. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
And he's just working and working and working, tireless.
Oh, and the jam. By Johnson.
Just a nice job of sniffing one out right there. Would love to see Johnson try to get a few more of those freebies.
Denver calls timeout.
Remember back in 2016, James Johnson signed a make-good contract with the Heat. He's transformed his body, going from about 274 to under 240. And in the following season, they rewarded him with a 4-year, $60 million deal. How his last 10 games have gone. He's getting around 8 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
And for James Johnson, losing all that weight seems to have unlocked his versatile, high-energy game, Greg.
Yeah, and this lower weight, Kevin, this guy's a wall of muscle. You combine that with the greater mobility, and now he possesses an athletic advantage most every night he takes the floor.
Here's Wade. That one, no good. And the Nuggets going the other way. And the foul on Dwade Wade. That is his first foul of the game. Jones checked in for Miami. Tyler Johnson comes in for Dwayne Wade. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. It's a 5-point game. Vanderbilt, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Johnson.
2 shots,
And
gentlemen.
in the win-or-go-home scenario last year, the Nuggets lost their final regular season game. They missed out in the playoffs for the 5th season in a row. I don't see that happening this year. I think they'll be there.
The first one falls. And talking about the Nuggets, despite how last year ended, this is a young team on the rise for sure.
Yeah, there are a number of guys that took significant strides last year, and they're certainly an exciting team to watch. The Nuggets may hit their peak just as other teams in the West may be coming down.
Dragic finds Whiteside. Down low. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 6 points for Johnson.
Nice awareness from Whiteside there, understanding where his teammates were on that possession.
The dish to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Vanderbilt. Good. And Harris gets the assist. He has 5.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Miami leading by 4. Johnson surveying the floor. He kicks it to Dragic. Johnson, the pass to Jones. Off target from 3-point range. Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive rules have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Vanderbilt is guarded by Johnson. Vanderbilt and Denver again with the bucket.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Now a timeout called by Miami. Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Trey Lyles checked in for Jokic. Porter comes in for Young. And Mr. Moves subbed in for Thomas. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Murray. Here's Adebayo. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And really deep through that time. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Johnson timing that catch and shoot perfectly. He gave the D no chance to get to him.
Mr. Moves passes to Lyles. Here's Mr. Moves. Miami grabs the miss. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Waiters outside. Murray outside. And the shot goes in. Murray's got 7 points in the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Johnson against Harris. Vanderbilt. It's blocked.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Waiters gets a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists tonight. And so here's Denver. They trail by 9 points.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
On the wing, Harris. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. He's got 8.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trade.
A little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
Murray kicks to Olynyk. Kicks it to Waiters. Pocket 6. And the Heat, another 3.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
The Nuggets trail by 9. On the wing, Harris. Rebound by Murray.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
Offensive rebound. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. And the Heat lead by 11.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
The defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Fires it up. Off target from the wing. Denver's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Michael Porter, he has the natural attributes of an elite scorer.
He's got incredibly deep range. You can see that all the way back in high school. Almost automatic from mid-range. And as he adds strength, he'll become a force inside as well.
Free throw good. Porter. And great with Michael Porter, combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability. He's a rare prospect.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's lists. Had the back injury in his only year of college, but everyone knew what he could do when given the chance.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Winslow's checked in for Olynyk, and Dwayne Wade subbed in for Johnson. Murray against Wiles. Murray, good. Murray's got 4 points this quarter.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Mr. Moves. 11 points in the game. The Nuggets with another miss. Miami leading by 8. And Waiters, here we go. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Waiters for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound.
And really, this is where you want to just let the clock wind down.
Yep, unless you get a great look that... It's impossible to pass up. Use the time wisely.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For Denver, they have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts. 81%.
That one is off.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
And the second free throw, good. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Kicks to Murray. Launches a three. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Miami Heat heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Right back after this break. Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Trust each other. Keep that ball moving. Right? Ball moving. No holds. No holds. Right?
So moving the ball is so important to these coaches.
I mean, it helps make the offense run smoothly, Kevin. When you move the ball, more scoring opportunities open up.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. Dwade out there with Murray. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then it's Justice Winslow. And it's Adebayo in at the center position. Porter in the corner. Sinks the three-pointer.
Shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jumper.
Waiters, he's open. They get the rebound. Adebayo makes it off the glass. And the Heat lead by 8.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the wing right side. Here's Mr. Moves. Another three for Denver.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Here's the pass to Wade. To the paint. There's Winslow. A basket good off the assist from Wade. And that's now 7 points for Justice Winslow.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 9 rebounds now tonight. The Heat making a switch here. Whiteside's checked in. The Heat leading by 7. Murray outside. Plenty of space. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Were those guys back on defense? I didn't see them. Somehow someone missed an assignment. Luckily, he bricked the mid-range.
Competing hard down the stretch. He wants the ball. That time, he delivers.
He's a dangerous scorer in general, but there he zeroes in on what matters most. And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead. He needs to find himself out there.
Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Porter.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Murray for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Out to Harris. And it's the Heat on the break. Pulls up. There's Winslow, and it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. Wide open look here for Murray, and finally they hit one.
The good old catch-and-shoot jumper there. Murray quickly getting these shots up and over the defense.
Denver calls timeout. And Bam Adebayo, the 14th overall pick in 2017 out of Kentucky.
Yeah, his name seems to be pretty fitting, right? Like setting screen, bam, getting a dunk, bam. Tremendous athlete, and he can throw it down with some of the best power forwards in the game.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And then for Miami, Johnson comes in for Bam Adebayo. And it's Dragic in for Murray. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He told them, it's time for you to fight to get this lead. Let's bring this one home. Guys, we'll see if they have what it takes to get it done. Back to you.
Yes, that goes in. And that's 13 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
The Nuggets with another miss. Johnson surveying the floor. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Johnson kicks to Wade. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. The kick out to Dragic. And the Heat, another three.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Thomas finds Barton. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
And that's some nice rotation on the ball there from Barton. Looks totally calm rising up for threes.
And it's Dragic off the drive. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Barton, no luck.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
The kick out to Dragic. Young against Winslow. Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
There's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
Jokic against Whiteside. Here's Millsap. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they try to shrink this lead.
Wade dishes to Whiteside. Dragic with a wide open look. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, he just nailed his second three of the half, guys. I'd be very aware of that if I were the defense right now.
Thomas passes to Jokic. Off the left rim and out.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And the dunk by Winslow.
Oh, I thought Winslow was going to rip that rim off. What a dunk.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. It's a 13-point game. Young against Winslow. Outside Dragic. Dishes it to Johnson. Wade outside. Whiteside against Jokic. 5 on the clock. From 18 feet away. Second shot opportunity. Young against Winslow. Can't hit from 12. Denver's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here's Barton. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got assist number 5 here tonight.
Will Barton catches the ball. Great job of squaring up, and the defense better be aware of him there.
Dragic kicks to Wade. Back to Dragic. Good ball movement here by Miami, and he makes that one. Wade's got the lead up to 13 now for Miami.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Johnson finds Winslow. There's Dragic with the 3. Millsap with the rebound. The Nuggets have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Right wing. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
You can see how comfortable Millsap is right now. His confidence growing.
Timeout called the Heat. They're leading by 10. 1:43 left to play in the final quarter.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special.
Just continuing to develop an overall game that was evident coming into the league. Gary Harris getting better at spotting the open man.
Heat leading by 8. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. We've got 1:13 left in the game. And again, it's the Heat missing.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, it came up short.
Millsap misses.
Defense was in the area, but not really effective. Has to put away this late.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's foul number 2 for him. Murray's checked in for Miami. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Winslow. Passes it to Whiteside. Over Thomas. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Heat lead by 10.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Now the team came in fired up from the opening tip to see the focus, ready to do battle.
Johnson, the pass to Wade. To the inside. And it's sent back by Millsap.
It'd take a miracle at this point.
Right, with this deficit and this late in the game, their time has already passed.
Just so smooth pulling up there off the dribble. Porter terrific at being unpredictable and knowing when to take that shot.
Wade against Harris. Wade outside. And so it's the Heat winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Goran. What has been the key to the success of this team lately and the key tonight?
The last two games, everybody is playing for each other. You know, we're sharing the ball, we are active in defense, and we run. I think so. Last two games, that was the key. Everybody was involved, everybody was shooting the ball well, and stuff.
Yeah, everything's working really well for you right now. Thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this.
Everybody on the Miami Heat is rallying behind Dwade Wade, his team, the whole team. They're rallying. The Miami Heat are rallying behind Dwade Wade. They're playing for him too. And that shit got them with some good chemistry right now. They whipped the shit out of us. We play horrible defense, but they play good ass offense too.